Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Today, I'm going to make some crab bisque, okay? So, we're working on trying to eat some really good foods that are flavorful, that are definitely filling, and definitely with this budget right now, cost effective. So, if you watched one of my other videos, I was actually at Restaurant Depot, and I bought some crab meat there. Now, again, if you have a business, you can actually get an account with a Restaurant Depot, but also there's BJ's, there's Costco, places that you can buy in bulk, and also too, looking at your sale flyers, finding things that are on sale is a great way to shop. To give you an example, if I buy crab meat over at the grocery store here, it's like $28, $32 for a container of it. And that's a little outrageous, and I wouldn't necessarily recommend doing that. But I was fortunate enough that when I was at Restaurant Depot, they had different grade. Like they have the jumbo lump crab meat, I think was actually $18. The regular lump was $16. And what I have here, which is a pint of, or container of it, this right here is actually $10, which is a steal right now. So I'm going to make some crab bisque here today. My father-in-law loves it. It's a very, very rich soup. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start out. And I do mine a little bit differently than maybe some people do because I like putting in Parmesan cheese in the end of it. That'll give it a little extra creaminess to it. And if you are somebody who likes spiciness, I end up putting in a little bit of cayenne pepper if you like a little bit of a kick. But if you have people who don't, then what you can do is you can just add that to it later. But we're going to take some butter and a couple teaspoons of olive oil. I'm going to start that to melt. And I'm going to go ahead, let me not get this too hot too soon because I'm getting a little ahead of myself. But I've got a large onion that I'm going to dice and soften up to go in here. Now, this is a really, really creamy soup. And what you're actually going to do with this is you're going to take the onions and the celery and the garlic and things and the stock, and you're going to actually simmer this down. And then you're going to put it into a blender to make it really, really creamy before we end up putting in the crab. You're also going to use some tomato paste in here that's going to give it that red color to it. And you're going to use some heavy cream. I like to use some Old Bay seasoning in here because Old Bay is just like literally the best seasoning in the world when it comes to seafood. And if you watched my video a couple days ago, I have in there where I bought a whole bunch of shrimp that were on sale. They were on sale for $5.99 a pound. I ended up buying 9 pounds worth and bagging it into basically 5 bags, so it's 5 meals worth of shrimp. And when I ended up doing the shrimp bowl the other night, is I ended up taking the shells. Let's go ahead and show you this. Taking the shells and making a seafood broth. It's a great, great broth. Oh, there's my cars, guys. Hold on. And look at that. Oh, it's nice and softened in there. It smells so good. So now, you can see I've got a quart here of our homemade chicken broth. I'm going to put a little of that in there. Just a little bit right now. And see, we're going to make a roux. We're going to take some of our flour. I'm going to sprinkle this on top of it. Stir this in. So this is making the roux that'll help to thicken it up. And I just put a little bit of liquid into it, not too much, just so that way it'll wet. Oh, you can smell that seafood broth. Oh my goodness. So that'll start wetting it. And then we'll add a little bit more so that way we won't get any lumps, because we don't want lumpy. Now you could go ahead and mix some of that without, in another bowl, but that's going to make another container that's going to need to get to be cleaned. You see how that's already thickening up in there? And I'm going to add just one more spoonful. So I want a nice thick bisque. And put some more pepper in there. Now, the seafood broth that we made, oh my goodness. That is incredible if you wanted to just drink some broth. And if you're doing a diet where you're fasting and you just want to have just the broth. You see how nice and thick that's getting? Make sure it's stirred up really good. And put the rest of this in here. Nice thing about refrigerating it, get all the grease out. All right, so now we're going to add some more of our spices to this, and then we're just going to let this simmer for about 20 minutes, and then we're going to put it in the blender to really make it smooth, and then we're almost done. Look at that. Add some of that thyme, time after time. We'll add some of that parsley. And we'll add some of that Old Bay. Now we're just going to put some of this in now, and then we'll finish seasoning this up once we put it in the blender. So that way we'll see those great colors from the basil and all of the stuff in there. Okay, so we've let this simmer for a while here, and we're going to take out our bay leaves. And you can see it's nice and thick. I think there's one more bay leaf in here. And what we're going to do with this now is we're going to go through and we're going to put this, there it is right there. Take out the bay leaves. We're going to put this in the blender and we're going to cream it up. Yeah, we're going to cream it up. So I'm going to put this over here in the sink. I have we have a Ninja here. Real nice big Ninja, which is good because I don't fit it all in there. But I do have like the smaller handheld ones that I use for when I do my green sauce and things. Here, let's come over here and we'll take a look. And so this is a larger Ninja. It has actually smaller ones that you can do for shakes and things like that. And when I'm doing like the green sauce or something like that, I'll put it in there. But it's nice having this bigger one. So we'll just put this on and just kind of blend it up, smooth it out a little bit. That's good. And let's take it off and we'll show you guys this. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. So we're going to go put this back in our pan. Look at that. Woo-wee. All right, so you're looking at that and you're saying, that don't look like a bisque to me. because it's not red. Well, that's where the tomato paste comes in. So we're going to put in a can of tomato paste. Get it simmering again. And then we're going to test it taste-wise and see how much more seasoning we need to add to it. Now, I like to put in the parsley after I've blended it, so that way you can see that great color. Same thing with the basil. Because if you put it all in there, it has a tendency to just kind of grind all up, in which case you'll miss it, and I don't want to miss it. See, the color is changing there right now. Yes. Now, I did add a little bit more of the broth with this because it was getting a little bit too thick. Look at that color. Oh, yeah. Alrighty. And so the next thing is, let's do a little test of the flavors in this before we put the it's nice and smooth. That's good. That is really good. All right, let's get some of this parsley in here. I'm going to warm it up some more. I'm going to put some of my Parmesan cheese in here. I'm going to put in about a cup and a quarter of heavy cream with this. We're going to melt some Parmesan cheese with it. Get our crab meat out. We only have a little bit of heavy cream in that one, but we'll put some more in there. Put it in about there. There we go. This will give it a little bit more richness in there. Okay. Get rid of this stuff. Add a little bit more Old Bay. I'm almost out of that. I'm going to get some basil, some fresh basil. Doesn't get any fresher than that. Now I'm going to let the cheese melt before I put in the crab and the milk, because the milk's going to cool it down some. See how nice and pretty, you see how you see the green right there from the basil, and the tomato paste is giving it that color that you love to see. Mm. Got our crab meat. Now, key on this too, don't let it boil. You don't want this to boil. You don't want it to burn or scorch, especially after you add the milk to it. This is truly just simmer. And you see the cheese is not quite melted yet, but we're going to keep stirring to make sure that it does not stick on the bottom. I'll come back. Okay, you can see how the color has kind of changed a little bit, and you can see the cheese has melted in there, so it's no longer running and it's becoming part of it. So now go ahead and add in, this only has about that much heavy cream in it. We'll pour that in there and we'll open up our other one. I'm going to put about a cup and a quarter or so in there. And this will make it really, really creamy. And then we're going to add our crab. Look at that color. That's the exact color that you want right there. Now, this is a lot of crab meat. Now, you can put all of that in there and have an extremely crabby one, or, because times are a little bit harder, use half and be able to make this again. Now, this is not the jumbo lump. This would be, the difference between jumbo lump is the back fin, that corner that has the multiple pieces. It looks like it's a robot's arm. That's the back fin, and if you go inside of the body, that's how you get that big piece. This would be more of the crab that's coming in from the other legs, because you see it's smaller ones. But that's not a problem, because you know, it'd be great to have humongous chunks of it. But this is actually perfect for this, because you can see you've got your pieces and crab in there. And typically, if you're going to a restaurant, you're not getting but so much crab meat in a soup like this. And so for us to put in about half right there, you can see that that's still a lot of crab meat that's in there. So my beautiful bride, she showed up at the perfect time. She can actually get a taste test. Huh?
Time to taste over.
You said you wanted some to take to people.
Yeah, also need mashed potato.
Okay, look at this. Now let me show you this. Now look at that. That is our crab bisque. Look at that. Tell me that doesn't look good. All right, taste test from the wife. Don't drop it.
perfect for winter. It's a little different.
Tastes a little different in what way?
I'm not sure the spices.
I'm trying to keep it a little bit.
Normally it's quite white. What is
It's not, no.
No?
No, that's a different soup. That's like the
Oh,
shrimp
what is
soup.
this?
This is a bisque. This is with, because you have the tomatoes in it. So this is a shrimp.
Tomatoes in it. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
So she's like, it's different. It's like, honey, I make a lot of different ones. But this is not like that. You're thinking more of a clam chowder.
I thought that's what you were making.
No, I said crab bisque.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so there you have it, crab bisque. And to me, I think that looks, look, she's like, Lisa, can I have some more? This is a really good soup right here. And again, I only used a little over half of the container, so I can make a couple of crab cakes with the rest of that and put it in the freezer. So, cost-wise, the heavy cream probably costs almost as much as the crab, because the heavy cream, that's $5 for a container these days. Thank God we didn't use any eggs. The crab meat, again, because I got it at Restaurant Depot, the whole container is $10. Thing of tomato paste, about a buck, an onion, some celery stalks. So this pot of soup right here, and you can see, this is a good amount. This is a large Dutch oven here. Probably under $15 at most. So I think that's a great meal right there, and I'm happy about it. Alrighty, good people. Appreciate you guys being here, and hopefully you enjoy the recipes that we're doing as we try to achieve a multiple of things. Good food, healthy for you, and cost effective. I'm Mark Holmes, and I'll see you soon.